Welcome to another video. I just want to thank you for being here with me in this little space as I'm just sharing about my journey, my experiences, things that I'm learning, just all of it. I appreciate anybody who takes the time to hear anything that I have to say and share. So thank you. So I just have to say how much I love God. I love God so much. I am just filled with so much gratitude, so much love, just so much. Like my heart just wants to explode and just share him with the world and just share how amazing and incredible and just what an awesome God that we have. I'm so grateful. I love what he's doing with my life. I have no clue what it is and what is happening, but I love it. I love what he's doing. It's I can't say that I have fear or I'm scared. I have trust. I have such absolute trust in God and in what he is doing in my life. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Looking at things within my life, things within myself that I've learned, that I've taken on, that I've just all this stuff. He's just showing me so much, and I'm just so grateful that he's just peeling these layers off of me and just taking these magnets off of me of things that are just not mine and that are not his and not of him. I just see where I've lived in so much that has really kept me from connecting with him, and I'm so grateful. So I shared in my last video, a couple videos, I think, recently, what I'm being drawn into and what I've been experiencing. I feel as though I'm being he's bringing me to really not listen to a lot of stuff, to just let go of social media, to not be intaking a lot of stuff. And I feel that I'm being drawn into fasting. And I have fasted throughout my life. I've shared a lot of different videos, especially with my brother on our YouTube channel. We've talked about fasting because we did an alternate day fasting, and where we fasted every other day. And that brought about and showed me so many things about myself, so many things about my addictions with food, and the way that I self-soothe with food, and the way that it takes up so much of my mind and so much of my time. And it's so fascinating whenever we really sacrifice, when we lay upon the altar and we lay at Christ's feet our will and our ways, and we're surrendering to him, asking him to show us, to show me where in myself is not aligned with him, what needs to fall off of me. And just one of the greatest ways to do that is through fasting. Not everybody not everybody can fast from food. I have gone through years of my life where I wasn't able to fast from food because I could not gain weight. Like, I had dropped down to like 98 pounds. I was after my hysterectomy and changing my hormones and my immune system getting off whack. I couldn't, like, I just had such a hard time gaining weight because food became an issue with me. And so I couldn't fast because I would lose weight. I couldn't fast for food because I couldn't lose weight. And so I had to find other ways to fast. And one of the things that I would do would be fasting from my phone, fasting from social media, just not even being connected to anything or anybody, and just being connected to Him. Just being in the Word of God, being just journaling, just doing everything that I could to invite the Spirit into my life and to let go of the things of this world as much and as best as I was able to. So there's so many different ways that we can fast. Like, whatever it is in your life that you feel really attached to, like, you can fast from that. You can give that as an offering to God to show Him that you want to be closer to Him more than you want to be attached to whatever it is of this world in this life that you're attached to. And so it will change your life. It will change your experience with God. It will change your relationship with God. It is such a miraculous thing. I recognize in my own life that I have really deep-seated ways of thinking, ways of understanding this world, and ways of being in this world, ways of being in relationship to other people, just different things that I've learned and I've experienced, and it's just made me who I am. And so much of it is just not me or mine. And we can't always see these things about ourselves. We think, well, this is just how I am. I just have a temper. I just have this. I just have this, whatever it is in your life that we think is us and that we're hooked to. Maybe it's not. I mean, truly, it might not be yours. That could be your great grandpa's, or like an old teacher or somebody that taught you something and planted a seed within you that just rooted up and has been with you your whole life, and that's just what you think, and you think it's you. But what if it's not? And one of the greatest ways to show us these things about ourselves is to ask, to be shown, and to sacrifice, to give, to place upon the altar something that we're attached to, and give it to God, and just whatever your will is, I surrender. I want to see, I want to hear, I want to have discernment. Just open our heart up to whatever it is that He wants to show us. And as we do that, hold on, because He's going to show you some stuff that could be really uncomfortable. He's going to bring you through some stuff that you might start questioning Him, and that's okay, because He loves questions. He loves when we question, and when we ask, and when we seek, and when we knock, and whenever we're open to hearing from Him. But just be prepared that He may show you things that go against everything that you think you know, or think that, or believe, or perceive, whatever, just all of the stuff from your whole life. Be prepared. If you want to wake up, if you like really want to awaken to God and having a relationship with him, and truly like just surrender your life to God and to Jesus and the Holy Spirit, be prepared for the cleansing that is going to happen. Because in order to become closer to him, he has to remove all of the things that keep us from him, that limit our belief of him. And it's just so incredible. It's so incredible. You know, we take in, we're like sponges, and we just take in so much from the people around us. And it's like, there's a lot of things I listen to that really resonates with me, that I hear, and I'm like, oh yes, yeah, like that makes so much sense, you know. And we have to take things to God. We have to like let him sift and filter the things that we're bringing into us, because there's just so much in this world today that is filled with so much truth, but then there will be like a little seed of a lie that we may latch on to, and it will grow within us, and it will cause confusion, and it will cause us to kind of depart from him. And we can be way over here, just off in left field, away from him, thinking that we're following something good. And, you know, we have got to be aware. We just do. We have to be aware, mindful of who we're listening to. I appreciate anybody who listens to me. I have a great desire to share truth. I can look back, like I've got like 100 to, this is my 150th video. So I've said a lot of stuff, and I'm sure I could go back to some of my previous videos and be like, oh, that's probably not, I don't know about that, you know? And I have thoughts, I have moments where I'm like, man, I just wish I just kind of want to just delete everything and just start fresh. But I recognize that it's part of the journey. It's part of growth. It's part of the whole reason that I even have this, is to share truth. And if people are listening to me and I say something that is not true, I hope that you have flashes of things within you and pings within you that say, I don't know about that. And you question it, and you take it to God, and you ask, and you know truth. I'm just a human with all my stuff, and my hope, my prayer, my desire is to share truth. And so as God is bringing me through what he's bringing me through, to fast from social media, to also fast from foods, because I have obsessive compulsive behaviors within me that are very extreme, that are very black and white. And this is a thing that is not healthy. It's not a healthy way of being. And so I don't want these things running under the surface of me, causing me to have that anxiety, causing me to feel like I'm not doing something right, or that I'm doing something wrong, or just there's so many voices, there's so many things within us that keep us in these spirals and these loops of thoughts that keep us so distracted from just being in peace and in calmness and in that state of love, to where I can just walk into this world and just love people and be kind to people and have compassion for people, and just to have God's light, and to have that clear running water of Jesus Christ that just flows through and just comes out into the world. Like, I would love to be that. And I'm in a process of him showing me, as that light comes in, that stuff is burning up within me, that as the water is flowing through, that it's hitting all of this rubble and all of these stones and all of this stuff within my system that my life has put there. And I love just even that visual of, that we are lights of God, that we are like these oil lamps for him. And as we sit and we allow his oil to be dripped into us, that he burns all of that stuff away. He shows us, he helps us to see. It's so incredible. I feel like a lot of my life I lived in triggers. Whenever we are just so caught up in this world, so much stuff triggers us, and we are so reactive and so responsive, and we just have an opinion about everything, and we have to tell everyone what we think, and we have to prove things to people, and we have to people please, and we're just in so much control in this life. And as I've been in this process of just deconstructing and allowing God to move in my life and to do his work in me and all of it, my triggers have become less and less and less. And as I'm triggered by things like I see something else that is within me that is a block, that is a big boulder or little pebbles, that's just little things that are still there. And so I had an opportunity this past Sunday where I experienced 2 really big triggers. It was such simple little things outside the event. The things that happened was very simple, and I could have just but it hit something deep within me, and it made my whole system just like I went into that frozen state, because that is like my body goes into freeze. There's the fight, flight, and freeze and fawn, and I'm just used to the freeze. And so I froze, and all this stuff, all these things that like God was showing me, he was just showing me the people pleaser. He was showing me the fixer, the controller, all this stuff that is in there that just wanted to prove, wanted to just fix things, help things, I don't want someone to see me a certain way, be a certain, there was just so much coming up. And what do you do when all that, I'm so aware of it today. In the past, I would have overcompensated, and I would have wanted to explain things. I would want to make another person understand where I am, and I got caught up a little bit in that because of the fear, because of those deep fears within me of not being what someone else wants me to be, or just so many things. And I saw it, and I was able to allow it and just recognize that these are old things within me. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I don't have to get caught up in other people's expectations of me. I don't have to, I just want to hear God, follow him, do what he wants me to do. And I cannot be concerned about people and what they think and how I may look to people, the things that I may say, the things that I may do. There's just always been that fear within me, and so it's kept me from just being me. And as I truly, I just want to follow God. I just want to follow Jesus. And I want to hear the Holy Spirit lead me and guide me and walk beside me and help me find my way. Truly. And they are. And I think that makes people around me uncomfortable. And that's okay too. That is so okay. Because I'm not here to please man. We're just not. We're not here to please man. We're here to please God. And, as I do the things that he is having me do, as I sit with him, as I pray, as I surrender my day, my life, my time, as I ask, as I invite him into my life, as I fast and I seek and I search and I'm in his words, and I want him, and I want him to show me where in my life is not him. And it's, it just is what it is. It just is. And if I do, and if I say, and if I that is disagreeable to other people, I cannot let my fears of man keep me from following him. I'm seeing so much, and I'm understanding so much, and he's showing me so much, and I'm just so grateful. And fasting is freedom. Fasting brings us closer to him. It talks about in Isaiah, I think it's in a chapter 30s, in the 30s somewhere. It talks about fasting, that whenever we fast, that it breaks chains. It breaks things that we are tied to. And even in the New Testament, whenever the apostles, whenever his disciples were, trying to cast demons out of somebody, and they were not able to. And Jesus said that some of these demonic entities, these spirits, some of them cannot be cast out without fasting and prayer. And so Jesus has taught us there's a lot of heavy, negative, demonic, there's so many different names that is. And I think that we all understand what that is. And we don't necessarily need to put a word to it, because I know that can trigger a lot of stuff. But there is something there. There's something that is, whether it's attached to us, within us, around us, whatever it is, there are some things that can only be cast away from us through fasting. Like, we have to fast if we want to rid ourselves of these things and be closer to God. And I grew up fasting. I grew up learning about fasting. Now, the way that I learned it was fasting for a set amount of time, a certain kind of way, fasting from, it was 2 meals, fast from 2 meals, and then after that fast, give, whatever you would have paid for those 2 meals, give that to the church for those who are less fortunate and who need food. And so it was a way for us to also help those who were did not have food. And it was once a month. We would fast once a month on the first Sunday of every month. And so that is what I learned about fasting. Well, it felt almost like a restrictive thing. Like, oh, I gotta fast. I've been told I have to fast, and so I better fast. And it was from food and water. And so it was a dry fast. And that can be very challenging for a lot of people. And so I have fasted throughout my life. But it hasn't been until, I don't know. I think as we mature and as we come to really understand things, God just teaches us. And I've learned that fasting is so much more. And we can fast anytime. And we can fast for as much time as He calls us to fast. It can be a 10-day fast. Some people fast for 40 days, and that would be like a water fast, and you have to be monitored with doctors. And I mean, there are things that God has to call that. That's not something that we want to just jump into on our own, especially without having an understanding of it, because it can cause physical issues. And so it's important to understand the science behind fasting, what it's doing to our bodies, and understand the spirit part of it as well, how fasting can help us. But I can remember when my mom had cancer and she was dying. And I had a lot of stuff going on in my life that was very heavy on me. And I've just always known that fasting has helped me. I've felt closer to the Spirit through fasting. I have felt clarity, especially if we have questions about things. We're unsure, we're confused. A lot of times as we fast, God can bring clarity to us. He can bring those answers. There have been many times where I have not, where I have fasted and I'm like, okay, I feel like I just went without food for, 24 hours or 36 hours, however long it may be. But God is able to do miraculous things during a fast whenever we are truly giving to Him in that way, giving up something that our bodies need and want. And so I can remember fasting for like 3 days. And, there's a lot of things in this world. Like we can listen to man, we can listen to people, that say that, well, you don't need to, you only do it this way, or you should only do it this way, or we have to listen to God. We have to listen to the Spirit and what is best for us individually. That's going to bring us closer to Him, and that's going to help us through whatever process we need to go through with Him to rid ourselves of these chains and these things that we are bound to, tied to, that are strongholds in our life, that is running us, that is keeping us attached to things of this world. We are mortals. We are human beings in this mortal experience, in a world that is fighting to keep us attached to it, especially through technology, especially through social media and all of the voices. It is a battle. We're in a battle. It is a war of ideology, of stuff within our minds, and we are in it. Oh, we're so in it. And if we're going to win the battle, we've got to spend time. We've got to be in the Spirit where He can help us to put that armor of God on us, where it's not like we're putting all this armor on and we're suffocating in it. It's heavy on us. It's a burden on us. It's like, because as I'm saying this, like, I've experienced that, where you feel like you're almost like you're in the water drowning with the armor on. That's not what the armor is for. The armor is for us to go into battle, to go into this war of this spiritual war. And as we sit with God and He shows us what each part is for, and we come to understand and we come to know, like, He is able to teach us individually. And that armor is no longer suffocating us, but it is like preparing us to go into battle, to fight, truly to fight the things that are trying to keep us tied to this world. And so I invite you to fast. I invite you to find a way that you can fast, that you can connect with God and with the Spirit, where you can hear Him more clearly, where He can show you where you're following men and women, people in this world, and where you can start letting go of this world and holding tighter and closer to Him, having a relationship with Him, receiving your own personal relationship, personal revelation with Him. As we sit in His Spirit, He will just show us. Pray for eyes to see and ears to hear. Pray for awareness. Pray to be awakened to the Spirit so that He can show you, so that He can bring you through the experience that He wants you to go through. We are just too caught up in this world, and we are too caught up in the programs, in the systems of this world that we've just been born into. And He wants to disconnect us from this world. He just does, and we're just too caught up in it. We're too busy in our own minds, in our own thoughts, in all of the expectations and just all of the stuff of this world. And He really wants us to disconnect from it in whatever way that is for you. It is different for everybody because we are His unique child. And we have all different types of experiences and understandings of this world that he knows, that he understands. He understands our battles. He knows what we experience in this life. And he knows how to take us out of it. He knows what it's going to take. And it's very uncomfortable. If we're not uncomfortable, if we are just really comfortable in this world and we're just doing the same things, thinking the same thoughts, listening to the same people, just we're in this, he wants to separate us from it. He is doing a mighty work where he is shaking, he is sifting and shaking. And, you know, like, allow it. Don't stop it just because things come up and it's uncomfortable and it's going against everything that you thought you knew or understood. Allow God to do his work and bring you where he wants to bring you. And it might look different for all of us. And that's where we've got to let go of the judgment and let people walk their path with God. Walk their path with Jesus. Whatever that path is. Some people's paths maybe is not with Jesus. I don't know. I don't know what is right for another person. I don't. I know that God loves all of his children. I know he wants all of us to return to him. And I know that he's going to give us the opportunities, the experiences. He's going to show us, like, he loves us so much. And so whatever it is that we have to go through, fasting is the greatest way to show him that I want to be closer to you. I want to hear from you. I want to follow you. I want to follow your path for my life. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like, I want you. I love him. Like, I love him. And I love Jesus Christ. I love that he came into this world to show us the Father, to show us. He came and he was crucified and he was resurrected and he left his spirit here with us to teach us, to guide us, to comfort us, to love us, to dwell with us, to dwell within us. Like, it's just such a miraculous thing. And he's calling all of us to him. And are we listening? Are we being still? Are we giving him our time? Are we making that connection with him? Because he is the most important thing that we can do in this life. Spending time with him, hearing from him, is the most important thing that we can do. It just is. Because as we do that, he helps us in our relationships. He helps us in our families. He helps us with just life. Like, it's no longer a struggle. We don't have to figure everything out. We don't have to control everything around us. We don't have to make things happen a certain way. Whenever he's just flowing into our lives and we become creators with him of what he wants for our lives. It's just a miraculous thing. It really is truly, truly miraculous. And I love it. And I love him. And I love fasting. Like, fasting is so awesome. Sometimes I get caught in, like, I don't want to fast because I love food. I love food. But I've been on this Candida diet for like a month and a half. And there's only so many kinds of foods that I can eat. And so I'm like, well, but I get attached. I get attached to even certain kinds of foods. And he's got to break these things within us, these extreme things. And just our having to fix ourselves and heal ourselves and just do all these things. Like, he is a miraculous God, and he will heal us. He will work through us to purge out what needs to be purged. And, we just have to continue to hear him and to follow him and to do as he says, to be still and know him. And as Jesus has said, even through Isaiah, through his prophets, and through his own words, to fast, to be in fasting and in prayer, because this is what is going to keep us connected to him. I'm so grateful. So thank you for being here. If you fast, if you have never fasted, I would love to hear. If you have fasted and I would love to hear your experiences. I would love to hear your testimony. I would love to hear people's, like, what it has done for your life, so that we can share with one another the amazing opportunity that God has given us to help us in this life to become closer to him. I'm so grateful. Thanks for being here with me. Until next time.